How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today is April 19th, 2022, and precision farming is finally here for Farming Simulator 22. As you can see right here, we have the Assyria Scout, and we are ready to take some soil samples. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here in this video today. Now, the first thing that I need to do is come here into my menu, and I need to be able to buy this field. So what I'm going to do is click on it and select it. We're going to buy it. There we go. Boom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Assyria Scout right here to actually be able to take these samples. And you may wonder where exactly you're going to find this at. Well, what I need to do is I need to come here into my store, and I'm going to go down to tools under miscellaneous. And then I'm going to come all the way over to the right, and we're going to get this Scout right here. There's only one option. There's no customization at all. It's $17,000. If I wanted to lease it, though, it's only going to cost me a base price of $867, or per day it's $170, and per hour it's $357. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. So now, hook it up to whatever tractor you want. It does not have to be a John Deere. Now that you're in your vehicle, the first thing you need to do is unfold the sampling unit. So I'm going to go and turn on my equipment here and unfold. And it's going to do a pretty cool animation where the sensor comes up like that. Boom, there we go. Now, if you look down in your mini map, you're going to see a green circle down there now. And if I make this bigger, it goes away. So you're only going to be able to see this on the two smaller versions of the map. I'm going to go and keep this one right here. But that radius that you're seeing there on that is how big this sample is actually going to be. All right. Now, I want to show you one other thing really quickly before I do that as a comparison. If I come back here into my menu and I toggle down to my precision farming, over on the right, you can see that I'm in soil types. We also have pH, nitrogen, yield, and seed rate. We're going to be looking at all those later. The first thing I want to look at right now is just the soil type information, because I'm going to select my R3 button, and you can see now that it gives me an economic analysis. Another thing that you can see down in the bottom is it's going to say purchase soil information if I hit triangle. So I'm going to press triangle. It's going to tell me that it takes 11 samples to be able to sample this field. It's going to cost me $1,100, and the service provider cost is $825, so a total of $1,925. You can do this to be able to get your soil information. All right, so we know 11 samples is what it's going to take to do this. I want to see if I can do it a little bit better and maybe a little bit cheaper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive out here in the middle of my field, and I'm going to get to where the edge of my sensor is right on the edge of the field up there in the top. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my L1 button, and then I'm going to take the soil sample by pressing square. It's going to take a little bit. You can see the mini map. It's flashing now. And what this is doing is it's taking the sample. When it comes back up, it turns green again. And you can see down in the mini map, my color of the field has now changed to a darker color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move right down here. And then I'm going to take another soil sample. I'm going to continue to do this all the way around the field and see exactly how many samples it's going to take me. And can I do it in less than what they said? And that was 11. So we've already got 2 right here. This one here is going to be number 3. And I'm trying to line it up so that I don't have any open spaces. If I have an open space, then that part of the field is not going to have any of the actions performed by precision farming actually happening to it. So you can see that right here. I'm going to do again. So it looks like I may be able to only get away with 7. We're on number 4 right now. I'm going to go down here and hit this last little bit. Now, another thing that you can see, I'm going to do this on purpose here. I don't own the other field, but if I do the sampling here, you're going to see that down there in the mini map, it is going to sample that other field also, even though I don't own it. So you might want to be a little bit careful if you've already got some fields that are sampled, and you've got some economic analysis and things that's going on with those that you're trying to keep track of the records. All right, so that was number 6, and this one right here, I'm going to try and do it just like that. So it looks like we are going to be able to get 7 samples here instead of the 11. So you're probably going to be able to do this a little bit cheaper by yourself. It's going to take the time, though. Now, the next thing I need to do is actually send these samples off, because you can see the mini map down there still shows it as sampled. And if I come to my big map, it's going to show the exact same thing. I don't have any of the data to tell me what the soil samples are. Oh, and actually I only took 6 samples instead of 7. Driver's not very good at math today. We can also see that my environmental score has now gone up to 57 right here. All right, you can see base, they're all going to start at 50, and then it goes up to 57. So that's very interesting. We're going to take a look at that here in a second also, and then do a lot more detailed videos on that as we progress here through this precision farming series. But what I need to do now is actually send off my sample. You can see there on the menu, it says triangle to send soil samples for analysis. We're going to hit triangle. It's going to give me a message here. The soil samples are now sent to the laboratory for analysis. You will see the results on the soil types map soon. All right, there we go. So we're going to wait here, I don't know, a few minutes potentially if you have a lot. Usually in Farming Simulator 19, it didn't take very long if you didn't have a whole lot of them. But if you had a lot, say you did a whole field of like 100 samples, it would literally take you 10-15 minutes sometimes to be able to get all of them back. So we're still waiting. And there we go. We have our soil samples now. It costs us $600. So that's pretty cool. And if we look here, our environmental score still stayed at 57. So just by doing the sampling of the field, we got up to 57 on the score. Now I already own this field over here. So what I want to do now is I want to select this field and purchase the soil information. This is another way that you're going to be able to do this. This one says it's going to be 50 samples for $5,000 with a service provider cost of $37.50, which is a total of $87.50. Now on larger fields, this may be a great way to do it because it takes a long time. So let's go ahead and hit yes here, and boom, it's instantaneous. And you can also see that our score came up to 57. So it doesn't matter if you buy the map, the soil map, or if you take the samples yourself, you're going to get the same on the environmental score. Now, this is a brand new element here to precision farming in Farming Simulator 22. And like I said, we are going to be looking at this a lot more, but this score is really going to help you be able to get a lot better yield out of your crops. Now, there's a lot of other things. Like I said, I'm going to do a more detailed video on this later, but to start off right now, you're not going to get penalized whether you do it yourself or if you buy it. So everybody, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you would. If you want to stay up to date on everything happening here with precision farming for Farming Simulator 22 on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you do, hit the notification bell too. But while you're waiting on those videos, go ahead and check out one of these other ones right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53 signing off.